Alright, so when I was a freshman in high school, I was first getting introduced to the glorious world of smoking pot. Freshman year is when I got my first pen. It was a Dispo, and it was definitely bullshit as fuck. It was not a real pen, I guarantee it with my life. That's a pretty typical thing you get, especially when you're early on, especially when you're in high school, trying to get those early bathroom carts. They're never real. They're never at least 100% real. It's definitely some garage or like attic or basement bullshit. It always is. You'll never get something real, especially at the start. I remember one of my younger friends at the time when I was a senior in high school. He was a freshman, and he was this little guy, and I was so very, very excited for him to try weed for the first time, especially because it was an edible, so it was going to be, interesting to see how that would affect him being high for that long. I was very excited. He asked me to come over, though, and, split it with him, because he didn't want to eat the entire cookie. Mind you, he got this cookie from his uncle's friend. It was like a whole family event thing, and this grown-ass man got this freshman in high school a pot cookie. But if only it was a pot cookie, because when we both took it, there were some other effects that came on a little later. Initially, yes, I was just a little baked, but after a while, I started to realize the things around me kind of had a new texture to it, maybe some additional color. There were additional things going on with what's around me, not normal. Now, by this point in my life, as a senior, I had ran around town doing tabs. I have tried mushrooms many times before, but I've never been, secretly dosed, which is not an experience that I necessarily recommend. I mean, getting caught off guard by hallucinations is in no way, shape, or form fun or exciting, especially when it's your first time thinking you're trying weed for the first time in an edible, especially when you get it from a trusted adult that you are close family friends with. Now, the poor guy, we're going to call him Broman, he was really kind of nervous to try weed for the first time. And he was kind of nervous that would have effects on him because of the medication he took. So when he started to hallucinate, knowing that is not a common side effect of getting high off weed, he started to tweak. And when he started to tweak, he started to cry. He was a man that was in touch with his emotions, and I love that about him. He was a very emotional little guy, and he was the best. But Broman started to cry when he realized that he was hallucinating and that things were different textures and that he was kind of seeing things that weren't there and was kind of freaking the fuck out. Now, not only am I totally caught off guard by what is happening, I am in no way, shape, or form prepared to be fucking tripping balls, especially with, this child. So imagine what it was like to fucking have to calm this kid down as you yourself are just fully tripping. And I took a lot more cookie than this kid, just based on tolerance and size and all those things that you take into consideration. And I had no clue how the dosage was on those mushrooms. I didn't even know if they were mushrooms. I was, at this point, just hoping. I would later learn that they weren't mushrooms. But I was just hoping these were mushrooms and not, fucking salvia. Clearly it wasn't salvia, but you know what I mean? The worry that it might not have been mushrooms was there in the moment, and the worry that even if it is mushrooms, even if I'm lucky enough to not get fucking the craziest hallucinogen known to man secretly put into my body, I don't even know what the dosage of whatever I'm taking is. I could be taking an obscene amount of mushrooms. This cookie may have been just to get a little bite off every once in a while. I have no clue what I'm getting into as I get higher and higher and trip more and more and more. At one point, I don't know if this is common. I haven't really become a psycho, not ever. It's not something that I pursue all the time. I'm much more of a weed guy myself, but I've definitely tripped a few times. But I wonder if this was a mushroom trip simply because there was a moment where I fully made up his mom walking into the room and checking on us. For 30 seconds, I was fully having a conversation with this woman, trying to convince her that we were fine, and then I blinked or looked away for a second and she just wasn't there. So that's what makes me wonder to this day that even when we learned that it was mushrooms, was it actually mushrooms? It didn't really. I've never had mushrooms and created a new reality that had never actually happened. I love this format of storytelling, if I'm being honest with you. It's completely tangent-based, and I know I will come to a story at some point, and that's just the silly little story. We ended up being fine, but it is definitely like a holy shit moment that you have there, and I really wonder what was going through Broman's head when we, like, were both at the same time figuring out the same shit. Because, like, knowing what, like, that I was freaking the fuck out, I imagine what he was feeling. Because he's thinking the same thoughts, and then he has other shit to worry about. Like, he doesn't know what to expect for any of this. And he's kind of getting fucking crossfaded for the first time he's trying anything. Mind you, he's rarely drank before. He's never had a vape. Like, he's kind of scared of that stuff. He has no clue what the fuck he's getting into. I don't know. I just find this to be a good little fun, interesting story that's really, really harmless at the end of the day. That grown family member is still, like, out and about. He should probably be in jail for several things. Actually, I have another story about him. Yeah, because he was the plug for a little while before this event took place. Anyways, I wanted this first video to be a little quicker than maybe some of the others later down the road, so I'm just going to leave you with that. It's not a super crazy story, just to, like, get to know you guys. Hopefully some people click on this video, watch it, enjoy it. Ideally, maybe I get a subscriber off this one. Whatever happens, happens. I hope you all have a lovely day, and stay freaky out there.